Alright, what's up guys? So here I'm going to install my Hyve Technologies trigger for my M&P Shield. So just to show you guys that the gun is cleared. Right, nothing inside. Here. So just some common things that you're probably going to need for this is some fishing line later on. I'm using 8 pounds. Something cheap is good. This is my gunsmith kit that I bought off Amazon. Really good. It came with this, so we'll be using this later on. So this is what I'll be using. Something to put my tools, whatever, in, and caliper, or any type of caliper, and then a file. So with enough being said, let's get started. So I bought the, what is it here? So the shoe is red, safety color is black. So just in case you guys wanted, I was looking online the website, I wasn't quite sure what the shoe was or what the safety was, but the shoe is this red piece and the safety color is the black piece here. So just in case if you guys are to buy one and you're deciding like what the color means, this is what it means. So, and also this is what it comes with. A little thank you, a little tutorial here on YouTube as well. All right, so let's get this guy disassembled. Alrighty, so a couple things here. We're gonna remove our takedown pin and some of these other pins here. We're gonna reuse this pin right here, as you guys can see. This one for the new trigger, for the Hyve, and we'll go from there. All right, so I'm using the 1/8 on my tool set right here. It's pretty much just to remove everything. Get this guy out of here. All right, and once again, this is not required, but it'll be nice to have if you have one. If you don't, then it's not the end of the world. But I'm trying to get this pin out right here. So I heard it can be it gets kind of loud. It'll be a pain, so you guys we'll get through with it. Alrighty. Alright, all the way through. Alrighty. So now your trigger pin just pops out. Well, it should just pop out. I'm using the 1/8 as well. Oh, there it is. There. Bam. So it just popped out. So now you should be able to just take all of this out. Here's the lock block, right? So here's that. This guy's done. Now your trigger assembly should just be able to pop out, which it's moving. Alrighty, so here's that. Alright, so like I said earlier, we're going to be reusing this little spring right here. So I'm going to take it out first. This one I'm going to use 1/16 to pop it out. And if you have guns with it, that'd be pretty nice. So there it's out. Alright, so there it is right there. Alright. So there it is. So one thing, if you guys can notice, let me clean this off real quick. Let me show you guys. So this spring right here, so how it's located or how it's put back. If you notice here, there's a little opening right here. I don't know if you guys can see, but there's a little opening right here. It's facing up, so it's not facing down. Once again, it sits like this, so the spring is opening up. I'm not sure how well you guys can see it, but the spring is facing up, so you don't want to face it down. So just put it back how the way it was, just in case if it falls out and you forget the orientation. And then in addition to this, if your gun has a safety, which is mine's the California one, which sucks, but it is what it is, because you know California. We have the safety, right, for the safety here. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to, now you're going to use your caliper, we're going to have to file this down. All right, so this one should be at, let me zero it out. All right, so I'm in inches. So this one is at about, oops. see. All right. Ah, I can't see. Alrighty. So here, much better. So this one is at about 0.58. So I'm gonna bring it down to about 0.55. So pretty much, I'm just gonna file it straight. So I'll do this part first, and then you can do this in any particular order, but I'm gonna file it first, and then I'll assemble everything else. So once again, just go straight file. Alright, so it's finally at 0.55. I'll leave it like that. Let's see how, oh, now so this guy fell out. But once again, since it fell out, I'll put it back in. Like I said, the little hole right there is gonna be facing up. Alright, so now this piece is done. We can our workstation a little bit. Yeah, I'm done with the filing. Now we're gonna hook up the trigger, pretty much everything else. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the spring back on since it fell out. If yours didn't fall out, then you're fine, but mine's did. Once again, the spring top, the open, is facing to the top. Now we're going to put this guy, it just pretty much slides into here, the little hole. And if you guys remember what I said earlier, we're using the same trigger pin from earlier. So this guy goes in like this. Alright, I'm not sure if you guys can see. Well, let me see if I can make you guys. So you pretty much just what you gotta do is you just gotta level it out, and then once it's leveled, you just stick the pin in. That's pretty much it. So I heard this part can be a little hard to do, so we'll see how hard it is. So now it's leveled. I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but it's leveled in there. Let's see. Or let me try to put this in. Oh, I'm gonna try to get this in just a little bit. And then I'll hit it. I'll hit it in. Alright, so it's best if you do it on a hard surface. My table is just plastic, so it's kind of hard. So I'm doing it on a piece of card, on a piece of board. Alright, so now it's in. This thing's not moving no more, and it should be easier now. Alright. Alright, there you go. So it is flush, almost flush. Let me make it flush. Alright, so everything's flush now. So this guy, make sure, oh, I forgot to mention, before you do this, make sure this is in the right orientation, which is like this. And then we'll give you a spring, right? Well, like I said, the little hole has to be facing up. So we'll put that, there it is. Alright, so now it's good. So how we're gonna, make sure it's facing up. Alrighty, so the little part where you can stick the spring back inside the little hole is facing up, so that part is good. So let me clear this out. So I'm using 8 pounds. Doesn't matter how long you have it, whatever length is fine. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna tie this to the spring, and we're gonna pull the spring. That's what we're gonna use it to pull the spring. So like so. Oops. And once you have your rope, tie a knot at the end of it, just so that nothing falls out. Alright, so that's good. Alright, so this stuff can be put away on the side now. Alright, so after everything's put away to the side, what we're going to use, we're going to use this fishing line, and we're pretty much going to be pulling the spring so it lines up. As you guys can see, just pulling it to make sure it lines up. If you guys can see it. So it lines up with the hole when we put it back in. So that's the purpose of that. Alright, so pretty much now what we're going to do is we're just going to start assembling everything and putting it all back inside. So once again, this is the correct orientation, not flip down, so don't mess that part up. If you guys do, you have to redo everything all over again. So this guy just goes straight in. Oh, it should just fall straight in. Whoops. Alrighty. Alright, so that's good. Alright, so we're gonna feed this piece back to the lock block, so the lock block can just pretty much go straight in, fall straight in as well. So how I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do it this way, right through here. Alright, as you guys can see, the spring is right there. Right? So just assemble everything back in. Let's make it straight. All right, so it's back in place. All right, so pretty much what we're gonna do here is, if you guys can, I'll put a flashlight here. We're pretty much gonna start assembling everything back in. So here on this portion, okay, I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but we're gonna use the fishing line, and we're pretty much gonna line it straight. Not sure if you guys can see it, but make sure everything is straight. Use a fishing line, and you're gonna pull it to make sure it's straight before you put in the pin inside. So that's how we're gonna do that part. All right. All right. So what I'm also gonna do is make sure everything is straight. So since I have a little, I have these punches. Make sure everything is good. And bam, it just pops right in. I was pulling it out. So now, if you guys can see, it's inside, and my fishing line is there as well. The spring is with the pin, so we're good on that part. So now you can just cut the fishing line out now. All right. Now, everything just falls back in place. Alrighty, so that's going back in. That's gonna make it flush. Make sure this pin doesn't fall out as well. Alrighty, so everything is all nice and flush. Alright, so now take down lever goes back inside. Alright, so just like so. Alright, reassemble this whole bad boy. Alright. Alright, so mine's a California version, so I can't press the button. I can't press the trigger without having a magazine inside, so as you guys can see, it's empty. The gun also is empty, right? So in order for me to squeeze it out, alright, so that's that. Alright. It fires. It does shoot pretty well compared to the other one, because I know the other one, you just pull back and bam, it goes. There's no drag or lag. I'm gonna make sure the safe works. So safety does work, right? All right. So here it is. Here's the final product, Hyve Monarch trigger, right? With all the Hyve technology installation as well. So I have the Monarch trigger. I got the mag release. Got this guy. Also got this guy as well. So he's all hived out, you can say. All right, so this is what the finished product looks like. All right, +2. But I think I still probably personally, still prefer my NDZ grip just because it feels much nicer. So yeah, can't wait to take this guy out to the range. So there you go, guys.